love to talk to you about all of your real estate needs, any of your real estate needs, if you're buying, selling, or investing right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. We are promoting our listings live on air as well. We got a hot listing here in beautiful Tampa Bay, 14121 7th Street in Dade City. This is a restaurant for sale up in Dade City, 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment on site. So if you had on-site management, that would be great. You can have that. 14121 7th Street in Dade City. Beautiful property. This is a cafe. It's established restaurant since 1990, and you've got 2 dining rooms. You got a banquet room upstairs. So 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. The sale includes the furniture and equipment, and it's a perfect entrepreneurial investment. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
You can also contact consumerqb.com or submit an email, brimes@kw.com, brimes@kw.com. Giving a quick shout out as well to Veteran Gutters. Brandon Porter and his team do a great job here in Tampa Bay. If you got a commercial building, residential building, you want to add gutters onto it, rainy season's here, you might as well do that and protect your foundation. They are American-made products, and he is a veteran of our great country. Veteran Gutters. Say hello to Brandon Porter and let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we got Fred Defelice back in the house. Welcome back, sir.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
How are you?
likewise. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in, and hey, another great example of how our show works. Helping people with the water quality, understand what's in the water, and like for example, the AC guy of Tampa Bay, he comes in, Greg and Jordan Bowman and Dan Fika, they come in and talk about air quality in your home. You
Right.
don't necessarily see it, but it's there, and there's particles in the air. Same thing with the water. It's kind of that unseen, unheard thing. Sometimes you can smell it a little bit if it's
Oh, yeah.
well water type thing,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of common sense things and consumer advocate tips that people need to know.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that's our big focus. We want to educate people. We do manufacture and assemble all the equipment. All our components are made in the USA, so we didn't have any problems with supply line, things like
American made. I
that.
love it.
Everything's American made. We've maintained our prices. We have not had any price increases,
Nice.
but that is coming up due really to the inflation and the cost of gasoline and fuel.
Yeah, that's killing everybody. It's
Yeah.
hurting a lot of people,
So,
man.
We keep our margins as tight as we can, but that's going to happen. And hopefully, it's not going to be much. So the big thing, for years, all we knew about was water softeners here in Florida that use salt. And 40 years ago, the water quality wasn't as bad as it is today.
Right.
We're dealing with situations in our water. For example, the quality of our water isn't consistent. It's different from month to month. When people are fertilizing, there's only a few cities that outlaw fertilizing during the rainy season. Otherwise, all this stuff is winding up in our river, and eventually that's where it comes into our drinking.
Yeah.
And
How big of an impact is the fertilizing of your lawn, et cetera?
the chemicals, it's known as forever chemicals.
Wow.
Once the chemicals are in our water system, they don't go away,
Really?
and they cannot remove those at the treatment plant.
Wow. And that's found in your regular bags from Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, et cetera. Those bags that are sitting there, people putting it on their lawn, that flows and
Oh,
it
yeah.
has.
Well, every
Wow.
time it rains, same with your tires spitting out microplastic particles.
Right. Exactly.
Next time it rains, that's all coming into our environment.
Yeah.
So these are the things, and that's where we try to educate the public.
Right.
It's incumbent upon us to take care of the water once it gets to your home.
Right.
We do depend on the water company to chlorinate the water.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're also using chloramine, and there's a whole nother issue about chloramine that we'll maybe talk about as well.
Yeah, so the water coming in now, are those municipality controlled, or are they private? The water companies, so to speak, or that's municipality.
It's municipality.
So the city, the county, the small town, they're going to do the best they can with what they got.
Yeah.
They're going to get you pumped into your home, and then when it comes into your home, that's when you can add on your system that uses really cool coconut husk technology,
Right.
similar type stuff. But let's talk about that, when it comes in and how you kind of come in and do your thing.
Yeah. So the difference between a water softener is only designed to remove minerals that make water hard.
Right.
It does nothing about purification. So our system is the total reverse of that. It's technology. It's high technology filtration.
Yeah.
So it starts out with coconut shell catalytic carbon. And this is the only thing tested and proven to remove the chloramine.
Wow.
Now, chloramine is ammonia and chlorine mixed. So 2 times a year, they take out the ammonia and just run straight chlorine
Right.
to kill the bacteria in the lines.
Right.
And then they put back the ammonia part. And that's to stabilize the chlorine. Chlorine will evaporate eventually. If you take a glass of water or you boil a pot of water, the chlorine will evaporate. However, the ammonia will not. So this is a real serious thing. I'm a fan of Erin Brockovich.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about her. And anybody wants to email me, I will send them the reports that she's done lately.
She's still at it. She's
Oh,
still going at it.
absolutely. And she's right up there on the chloramine. Chloramine is so acidic, it can make holes in copper pipe.
Wow.
So if you ever hear people saying, oh, I got water coming up through my floor, my concrete floor, copper pipes that are under your floor will eventually have pinholes in them from the chloramine. Not only the chloramine, but from the sodium from your water softener. So these are the things we try to educate people about. Additionally, the chlorine, there's 4 times more chlorine in your tap water than in your swimming pool.
Wow,
So
that's
think
hard to
about
believe.
that.
That's really hard. 4 times more.
Yeah.
By the way, call us at 813-917-1894. Just call or text 813-917-1894 or text the word water to our hotline 813-917-1894. Email brimes@kw.com, brimes@kw.com. We'll put you in touch with Fred Defelice, waterscience.us, and he's got a system that can clean all those contaminants, the chlorines, the chloramines, the microplastic particles, and it has very low maintenance too, Fred.
Oh, yeah. Our systems carry a lifetime warranty, require no maintenance for 5 years. Our under-sink system, which we developed to remove the fluoride, the pharmaceutical drugs, and we also make the water alkaline, that requires maintenance only every 2 years.
Wow. Alkalinity is such a big thing too. I'm glad we kind of hit on that. Alkalinity is, and I first was introduced to a lot of these health ideas when I went to Tony Robbins' event back in 2009, right? And it was in Orlando. It was one of these events where you walk on fire. You probably heard about that, overcoming your beliefs, make your move, put yourself in state. But he had this whole thing about alkalinity, and he also went into like food pairings, certain food combinations. By the way, steak and potato is like one of the worst you can have, but that's what everybody loves, right? A steak and a potato. But when he talked about alkalinity, it was just very, it kind of reshaped my whole thought process. I really didn't have much of a thought process at all, really, about water back then. But the alkalinity and, that alkaline versus basic, can you talk about that? And the point was, he said that cancer and other diseases cannot survive in a basic type environment. In other words, it has to be acidic, meaning your body, your blood, your overall system, your body pH levels. Cancer cannot survive if you have this certain type of habits and et cetera, right?
Right. Well, our lifestyle as it is, right? We're all is very acidic. So everything we put in our body makes our pH acidic in our body. So you have to start out with good, healthy water, high pH.
Yeah.
And that's, our doctors are telling us that when you take in contaminants, it doesn't go away from your body that easily.
Right.
So it just keeps building up, and then you really have a problem. So unfortunately, reverse osmosis water is very acidic. Most bottled water that you buy is reverse osmosis. People are drinking reverse osmosis water and they're never really getting hydrated. Plus, your body is it can start pulling out the minerals from your bones and things like that.
What about if you drink Perrier? I like some of that stuff that has a little kick to it. Nothing that has the flavor, because Lindsay's all into health and she tells me that that's MSG. If it has, if it has grapefruit or any of those lime, a lot of that's MSG, I guess.
Yeah.
But the it has a little bit of sparkling. I guess they put a little shoot of carbon. What do they call it? Where you get
make
the
it
bubbles.
seltzer water.
Similar to that. But so I drink a lot of those. Is that type of water, or do you know about that?
I can't really speak to all of that. The big thing for me, if it's in a plastic bottle, don't even drink it.
This is glass, but this is
the glass bottle.
So it's one of these kind.
I think that might be okay.
Yeah, it's got sparkling natural water, natural mineral water.
Yeah.
Anyways, I like to drink that just because it gives you a little extra.
Yeah.
And it's not like a Diet Coke, for example, that's got aspartame or whatever.
Right.
That's supposedly really bad. It's like a synthetic sugar. Your body gets that in there, and it's like, wait, what do I do with this? I don't even know what this is.
Right.
So yeah, let's talk more health when we come back. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna talk about healthy water, healthy lifestyle choices, simple changes that you can make, especially even for your bathing and showering too. It's going into your through your skin. You're absorbing this. So we're going to talk more with Fred Defelice, waterscience.us, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Plus, we got this really cool feel-good story. This was an awesome find. Hero Dog takes on Mountain Lion to save owner's life. Coming up next here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. We are looking for real estate investors. We've got a new relationship bringing us a tremendous amount of off-market real estate investment opportunities. So text the word investor to our hotline, 813-750-0550. Off-market real estate investment opportunities. Text investor to 813-750-0550. Brandon Rhymes here, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, looking for real estate investors. Send us a text. Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Cleaning Commandos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Cleaning Commandos are hiring, and they're offering competitive wages, flexible hours, relaxed atmosphere, and a sign-on bonus. Reach out if you'd like a career with the Cleaning Commandos here in Tampa Bay. Info at cleaningcommandosllc.com or call 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550. Cleaning Commandos, Consumer Quarterback Show.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, always helping you win in any marketplace. That is our goal. ConsumerQB.com, brhymes@kw.com. And we've got a couple of hot listings here. I want to let you know about a new listing. This is a commercial property at 507 South Prospect Avenue right here in Clearwater. This is a great opportunity. Just hit the market, and it's a beautiful property. One of the commercial listings from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, 507 South Prospect. This is 2,600 plus square feet, 12 rooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 stories, as well as an office space with a rental opportunity. Commercial building near downtown, right off of Gulf to Bay. That's Highway 60 in Clearwater. Newer roof and ACs, 10 minutes from Clearwater Beach. Beautiful property. Check out that photography compliments of Fabre Frameworks as well. 507 South Prospect Avenue in Clearwater, one of our commercial real estate listings. Also 700 North Osceola in Clearwater. This is a commercial or a residential condo, 2 bedrooms, overlooking the beautiful intercoastal waterways close to the Gulf of Mexico there. 1,600 square feet, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and you've got 2 king-size master suites at 700 North Osceola Avenue, number 405. This is unit 405, and walking distance to downtown Clearwater. You take your bike right across the bridge, you can be on the beach there. Beautiful property. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
I'm walking on sunshine. Wow, it's starting to feel good. Hey, tell me something good.
All right, every day we tell you something good. Positive story of the day: Hero Dog takes on mountain lion to save owner's life. This is a pretty cool story. She had the lady was she was doing a hiking trail here. Erin Wilson, 24, says she was attacked at White Bar Picnic in the Trinity County when a mountain lion attacked her. This is in northwestern California. She had a 2.5-year-old Belgian Malinois. I'm not sure if that's the right pronouncing on that. But anyways, the dog was running ahead of her. She said, and she turned her head and there was a cat growling at me. She swiped at me, scratching my left shoulder. She said, I yelled out for help from my dog Eva. She was only a few yards ahead of me, and then she turned and attacked the lion. The large cat, did not retreat. They battled for a few moments until I heard a cry. The cat had her by the left side of the head for several minutes, trying everything she could do to free her. Eventually, she ran to her vehicle for a weapon. Then she flagged down another woman named Sharon, and together they beat the cat while yelling until my dog was let go. That was the end quote there. Wilson described the horrifying hour-long trip to the vet over rural roads. Eva pulled through and received urgent treatment. 2 fractures to her skull, puncture, sinus cavity, and severe swelling around her eye. Wilson set up a GoFundMe to cover the vet bills and raised over $32,000. Eva is now home and expected to make a full recovery. So there's your feel-good story of the day. The dog's coming through, Fred. Isn't that a cool story?
That's amazing.
Man's best friend, right?
Absolutely.
Come to your aid with a mountain lion. So that's pretty cool. So we got Fred Defelice in the house. Fred is our water quality expert. Another great example, local area business owner here in Tampa Bay. He's self-employed. He's part of the middle class, here in America that's under attack right now. So we're, doing everything we can to help provide information, ideas around real estate credit, finance, legal advice, so many different ways we help you with the Consumer Quarterback Show. But water quality is one that sometimes, it's not at the forefront. You don't think about it as often, Fred. But man, it's there. It's something that we consume a lot of water.
Absolutely. And I had one customer, he'd be taking a shower, and every day he takes a shower. He said, man, I got to do something about this water. But he didn't know what to do. He heard us on the radio and he called me.
Yep.
And we were able to straighten him out.
Yeah.
The thing is, once you leave the house, it's out off your mind,
Right.
So people, thank God, they're listening to this show and we're trying to educate them.
Yeah.
So basically, for your listeners, we're offering that $500 trade-in to get rid of their old water softener.
Okay, $500 water softener trade-in.
Absolutely. Or free installation. If they don't have a water softener, that's great. But we'll compensate them that way. And additional discounts for all military, first responders, Gold Star families. And now we just added discounts for our school crossing guards. Now they're off for the summer, but every time you ride by and you realize how important what they do.
Yeah.
And so many times overlooked, so we're trying to reach out to them.
That's awesome. Yeah, military, first responders, school crossing guards. That's great. So you got a discount. Waterscience.us. Fred Defelice. I want to go back to that name you mentioned, Erin Brockovich. Of course, I found out about her through that movie that she did. Who was the actress in that movie?
Oh, it was the Pretty Woman. What was her name?
Same gal from Pretty Woman. You remember that?
Roberts.
Julia Roberts. Thanks, John. So Erin Brockovich, she did this great movie, and it was about the water quality, and then they sued this big company, I believe. It's a little bit, the details are blurry, but that was a true story.
Absolutely.
And that's what these corporations do, right? I mean, these corporations, I was just watching another one from Tucker Carlson, one of the hedge fund guys. Sadler, maybe, I can't remember the name, but he basically bought up Cabela's, and he did a merger with the other big company, the outdoor hunting company that everybody goes to. They've got one right over there in Brandon. What's that big fish? Bass Pro Shops. Yeah. Yes. So they orchestrated a merger, and long story short, they got rich. But the people in this small town in Nebraska lost 2,000 jobs, decimated the town. People were, basically forced out of their homes. I mean, real estate values sank. But that's what happens when you have big companies, ESG, BlackRock, some of these big companies. I got a quick clip I'm going to play. Kind of leads into this ESG score. So if you're not familiar with that, with these hedge funds, these Blackstone, not only are they buying up real estate, competing with veterans, first-time home buyers. I get a little heated when I talk about this stuff. Yeah. But ESG scores is what our government's pushing now. It's basically socialism through corporate. Let me just play the clip.
So, Vivek, this poll's findings suggest that American investors don't like the idea of companies being pushed into politics. What do you think is going on there?
Look, I think what's going on is that when you ask the end holders of capital, the actual investors, as opposed to investment institutions, and there's a distinction between the two, what you find is that most citizens do not want corporations tilting the scales of public debate. And this is not a right or left-wing issue, so that's why you see a 2-to-1 ratio here. This is not a 50-50 kind of issue because it has nothing to do with partisan politics. It has to do with the fact that, let's say you even wanted to advance a progressive agenda as an investor. The way you'd want to do it is to generate wealth for yourself that you can donate philanthropically, and the way you generate wealth for yourself is through a capital market that most effectively enhances return. But what you're doing through a politicized economy is effectively handing that power over instead to a small group of investment institutions, to the corporate boardrooms of this country that aren't even effective, the most effective ways of advancing your political agenda, even if you wanted to, say from the progressive side or from the left.
I'm going to stop it there. But, you think about it. Companies, they these days, got people coming out, Coca-Cola talking about anti-whiteness and all this stuff, right? So that's what's happening is not only is it affecting, these ESG scores with the real estate industry, these Blackstone, these big companies. I mean, you're talking trillions of dollars. Yeah. They're getting preferential treatment from the federal government. It's the party of Davos. It's the globalist elitists that are pushing that. But, the corporate tilt the debate. So anyways, circling that long ways around back to the Aaron Brockovich story, that was a similar thing. You had a big company trying to hide stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. Follow the money is the easiest way.
That's it. It always comes down to that.
And the thing she pointed out in one of these videos I was watching on her, like they always bring up the statistics or the testing results from today.
Right.
Well, let's go back 5 years and see what was it like then.
Baseline. Give me a baseline.
Because the people that were ingesting this crap all this time, they're the ones that are winding up with cancer.
Right.
So it isn't it's what happened before.
And they're normally a small rural, area, rural area, country folks,
Yep, don't know what's going on.
Hillbillies, whatever you want to call them, right? They're not in the big, in the know as far as these big cities, and and that's the problem with America too. Is you've got the working class, the people that produce, the working with their hands, they're producing, whatever it might be, whether it's agriculture or steel, steel mills of Pittsburgh, right? Yeah. And then you got the big city folks that are on the highest elitists that think they know everything, and they fall for the lines about global warming and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Fred, we got about 15, 20 seconds for you. Give us your final thoughts and how you want people to connect with you, buddy.
The simplest way, a 10-minute phone conversation with any of your listeners. I can ask them a few questions. I can tell them exactly what system they need.
Perfect.
What the cost is. We have upfront cost pricing. There's no secrets. And text me anytime or email me, and I'll send you information that you want.
Reach out to the show hotline, 813-917-1894, 917-1894, brimes@kw.com. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Captain Will Smith. Another great show. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.